Today I have a question on my video Eteckcity wireless remote control electrical outlet switch review and demonstration. And these switches are switches that you just plug into a receptacle, and then you plug an appliance like this little fan into the receptacle, and you can control the fan wirelessly from up to 100 feet away. So the question is, yeah, but what does it draw watts when it's not being used, when the appliance is off? And that's a good question. I really didn't know the answer to it. So what I did is I plugged in my kilowatt meter into the Eteckcity wireless remote control switch. Then I plugged my fan into the kilowatt meter. You see the fan on low reads 29.3 watts. And we see it is currently drawing 119.5 volts AC, and it draws 0.44 amps while operating. So now we know that both the Eteckcity switch and the kilowatt meter are working just fine. The next step is to plug the kilowatt meter directly into the receptacle. Then I'll plug a short extension cord into the kilowatt meter, and then I'll plug the Eteckcity remote outlet into the extension cord. And of course the fan is plugged in to the outlet switch. Now I'll use the remote to test the switch. You'll see that it starts the fan up, and then when you turn it off, it turns the fan off. So we're good on the switch. It's still programmed properly. So now with the Eteckcity switch plugged into the kilowatt meter, we get 122.1 volts. Now I'll press amps, and we do get 0.02 amps. That's not very much amps, but there is a draw. So the Eteckcity switch is drawing a little bit of current even while the fan is off. Now I'll press the watts button, and we get 0.5 watts. So the answer to the question is that the Eteckcity remote switch uses about a half of a watt while the appliance that it controls is off. If you'd like to find the amperage draw in an even more accurate manner, you can plug in an AC line splitter like this one directly into the receptacle. Then put your clamp meter into one of the ports of the line splitter. I'm going to pick the 10 times port because that is the most accurate one. Now I'll plug in the Eteckcity switch, and I'll test the switch with the remote to make sure we can operate the fan remotely. With the fan off and the meter set to amps, the meter reads 0.26 amps. However, we got it on the 10 times setting, so we have to divide this reading by 10. So instead of 0.26 amps, it is actually 0.026 amps, which is very close to what we got with the kilowatt meter. So this is more accurate though. So the actual current draw without the fan on is 0.026 amps. I'll put a link in my video description for the P3 kilowatt meter. And on the day I'm making this video, believe it or not, this meter is under $20. Also, I'll put links for the Fluke series of clamp meters. That would be the 323, the 324, and the 325. The one I used in the video is the 325. That's the most expensive of the three. And the 323 is the most economical of the three. I'll put links for all three. They're really good clamp meters. Also, I'll put a link for the Amp Probe AC line splitter. I'll put a link in my video description for the Eteckcity 5-pack of wireless remote outlet switches with 2 remotes. Also, I'll put a link for the 3-pack with 1 remote, and for 1 remote outlet switch with 1 remote in case you would like to just control 1 outlet with 1 remote. Thanks! I hope this video was helpful. Today I have a question on my video Eteckcity wireless remote control electrical outlet switch review and demonstration. And these switches are switches that you just plug into a receptacle, and then you plug an appliance like this little fan into the receptacle, and you can control the fan wirelessly from up to 100 feet away. So the question is, yeah, but what does it draw watts when it's not being